Are we back in?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
recording. You're just doing that, so I was just fucking around. Welcome back to Not Your Mama's Cooking Show. I'm Matt.
And I'm Sarah.
And today we're going to be making Cajun-style gumbo. I'm going to be making mine with shrimp and andouille sausage.
And I'm going to be making my gumbo vegetarian with tofu.
Ready? Let's get started. So I'm going to start by chopping up the celery. You want to use about 2 to 3 stalks depending on how much celery you want inside of your gumbo. I'm going to do, well, these are really big stalks. I'm going to do about 3 of these and that'll be more than enough. I'm going to cut them in half and then in half again vertically. I actually like throwing onions in there. So now I'm going to cut up a green bell pepper. What I like to do here is I like to cut off the top and then cut it down the middle and then just kind of gut out this bitter seed pod.
I'm making the same recipe as Matt, except I'm substituting the meat with soybean, also known as tofu, and a wonderful vegetable medley, which I've already chopped up. So I'll go through that list of vegetables. I have 2 carrots, 2 Roma tomatoes, 8 to 10 round diced okras, a button mushroom cut into quarters, and this here is a combination of 1 green bell pepper and 1 jalapeno. And I use 6 cloves of garlic, finely diced. So that's all chopped up and ready to go. I'm gonna cut the tofu. I'm using an entire block of soybean cake. And I'm gonna cut it chunky. So this will give us the same amount of protein as meat.
So now I'm going to chop up my andouille sausage. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to cut it vertically in half. And then I'm going to cut it I'm going to start by adding 2 tablespoons of virgin olive oil. From there, I'm going to add my sausage. It's good to brown it. It'll render the fats in the sausage. When that's done, I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter. And then with that butter, I'm going to mix in 2 tablespoons of flour, and that's going to create the roux that's going to help thicken up the sauce. And once the roux's going, I'm going to throw in all the vegetables, the chicken stock, a can of tomatoes, diced pepper, Cajun seasoning, the Creole seasoning, and we'll have a gumbo.
And I'm gonna be doing what Matt did with some olive oil. And I'm gonna start with crisping my cubed tofu. So since this is my first time making vegetarian gumbo, and I'm gonna be making it exactly the same as Matt, I'm gonna have Matt guide me. What are the next steps after I put the tofu in?
After you put the tofu in, you want to get that nice and brown.
So I let my tofu toast, get nice and toasty for about 12 minutes. You'll notice it's a golden brown.
And now I'm gonna start making my roux. And I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter. Let that melt. And then from there, I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Just gonna kinda mix it in with the oil and the juices. You want all your juices to soak up in with the flour, and it's gonna give it that nice golden brown. So now I'm gonna take my chicken stock. I'm gonna take 1.5 cups of chicken stock, pour about 1/2 cup in there. Mix that all together. And that's kind of what a roux is. Pour the rest of this in there. Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm gonna take my 2 tablespoons of butter, pre-cut and measured, 2 tablespoons of flour, let's whisk it, half a cup of chicken stock, organic chicken stock. So this part is not vegan. You can substitute it for vegetable stock.
I'm gonna throw in my celery, my onions, and my green peppers. You want to use 2 cups of diced tomatoes. I like to buy them with onions and bell peppers and celery already mixed in. This time I just got them with onions and bell peppers, but we have plenty of celery. I'm gonna go ahead and mix that in with the roux and everything else that's cooking right now. These tomatoes look nice, they're big and chunky. And then you're gonna notice it's gonna start becoming this light red, almost like a pinkish color. And then we want to add the good stuff. We'll start with 1 tablespoon of coarse pepper, or pepper in general. 2 tablespoons of Creole seasoning. 1. And what this stuff will do, besides add flavor, it turns into like a thickening agent. And this is not your mama's cooking show, so for our Cajun seasoning, we're gonna use Slap Ya Mama Cajun seasoning. This stuff is the best. I got super enthusiastic right there. Slap Your Mama is a hot sauce that I tried out on my other channel, Casino Brown. It's just this all-around great Cajun seasoning, or sauce, like a cayenne pepper sauce, but then I found the Cajun seasoning when I was at the grocery store one day, and I started adding that to my gumbo, and it made a world of difference. Now that I've added all of that, I'm gonna start adding my meats. I'm gonna start with the Cajun andouille sausage that I've already cooked. Just gonna throw that in there, and if you have any juices that fell out or dripped out while it was chilling in your bowl, make sure to pour all of that in there. Now I'm gonna take my shrimp and I'm gonna throw it in the gumbo with everything else. Ooh. Stir it all in together.
I'm gonna put in a can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. Let's pour that in like so. Dump it in. There. I'm gonna add freshly cut diced tomatoes just to spruce it up a bit, and I like that fresh taste. And I'll be adding in my fresh vegetables, fresh tomatoes. I've got some fresh chili peppers and bell peppers, carrots, button mushrooms. Boop. Looks like a stew. Garlic, because I love garlic. It's really good for your heart, and it keeps vampires away. I'm also gonna add in celery. I'm gonna add the onions. 1 tablespoon. Okay. Just 2? Okay. 1 tablespoon of Slap Ya Mama, because this is not your mama's cooking show. So now that I've added all of my vegetables and tofu, I'm gonna add the okra, something that you'll find in all your good old Creole cooking. It's got that nice color. I'm gonna let this sit for 30 minutes. Doesn't look anything like yours. I should have done something different.
So our gumbo is done. It's been a great experience. I've made it a million times, so I wasn't tripping. Sarah?
This is my first time making it, and I gotta say, with your guidance, it was pretty easy.
Yeah, it's a really easy recipe. The first time I made it, I started jumping up and down because it was so tasty.
I've tried your gumbo, and it makes me want to jump up and down.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do now is we're just kind of gonna plate them out so you guys can see what it looks like. Our food's ready. It looks glorious.
And we're gonna chow down now. So we'll catch you on the next episode of Not Your Mama's Cooking Show.
Thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, smash that bell, give us a like.
Cheers.
I think I'm gonna do some of mine and then do some
Okay,
of yours. Is
I'm
that
gonna.
cool?
Yeah, can I do that too? Is that cool?
Actually, let's eat
All
the same thing at the same time.
right. Okay.
I'm just gonna
Go.
grab.
Make sure you grab the okra.
Oh, yeah, I think I got some. That's really good.
Oh, it's got bite to
I
it.
want to try this tofu.
It definitely tastes vegetarian.
The tofu, you can't even tell.
Let's see. Oh, it's got a really good bite to it. Is that a Cajun taste?
Oh yeah, definitely. Probably the jalapeno too. I want to get some more sauce. That's good. I think after a few tries, that's gonna,
Be perfection.
yes, now my
Okay.
turn. I want to
I'll
get
try
some of
yours.
the shrimp.
It was so good. I already know what it tastes like. All I know is I was super zippy. Same. Where's the shrimp? Two.
Man.
That's really good.